Caruso runs a break. Caldwell Pope goes to the wing here. James! Oh!
Trying to play at the defensive end. Got blown by back.
Oh, yes!
Hook jam!
Harden, step back. Puts up the three. Got hit. Shot's good! And one!
This time here, set.
Oh, Russell Westbrook!
'76ers fans, get your tissues. Get your tissue paper out. I'm drinking a cup of water. Pour one out for y'all. I ain't gonna pour nothing out. I'm not gonna pour water out for you 76ers fans. Not on my floor. Y'all ain't worth the trouble. Sorry for y'all. I don't care. 76ers got swept. And I knew this was gonna happen. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did think it was going to happen. With Ben Simmons not being there, it kind of hurt the 76ers' chances of, well, at least, I thought at least, okay, now I'm over going back and forth. I thought at least they can get one game. At least one game. They got close to it in game 3, I think it was. I think they got close to it in game 3. But other than that, it just wasn't panning out for these boys. It just wasn't. It just wasn't panning out for them. As the Celtics just got the brooms out, they was sweeping. They just swept them. But was this series more so about Boston, or was this about the 76ers? Because what I saw from Boston, I saw a team that was hitting on all cylinders, playing their game. Jason Tatum exploded the first 2 games, about 30 points each games. The third game he had 15 points, but Kemba Walker had 28. The fourth game he exploded back again. I think he had 28 points. The fourth game Jason Tatum did, and the whole team just been playing well, shooting a lot of threes, playing good defense. They just been playing well, very well coached by Brad Stevens. Jaylen Brown has been playing well. Kemba Walker hitting a clutch shot in Game 4 to seal the fate of the 76ers, or what's that? Yes, it was Game 4. I've seen that. Still in the fate of the 76ers. And Tobias Harris, salute to him. Even though in the fate of, or in front of being swept and facing elimination, this man came back out after falling face first and having a laceration to his eye. Salute to that guy. Tough guy right there. But this wasn't about Boston playing as well as they have, because this is expected from them. I think this is more so about Philly and their team, because if you listen to the show, you know I've been talking about this throughout the whole entire year about what I think about Philly and what I think about their team and what I think needs to happen for them to be a successful team. At first it started off as like, all right, well, we'll see how this works, and then it just slowly just going into get rid of Brett Brown. And that happened today. Brett Brown has been fired as the coach of Philly. Many people saw this, especially as the series is playing out, that he's going to get fired from the team. Joel Embiid, I mean, he played well. He had 30 points and 11 rebounds, but he could have done more. I feel like he could have done more. I mean, because like Kenny pointed out last night on TNT, I mean, going against centers, like, no offense to like Daniel Tice and Enes Kanter. Kanter, who is notoriously known for not being a good interior defender, you would think he would put up more points against him, especially with him being the primary scoring option and Ben Simmons not being there. You would think there would be, I would think he'd probably go for like 40 a game or something. But that is not happening. This team just wasn't constructed the right way. If you really look at it, even last summer when they signed Al Horford in the free agency, and they got Josh Richardson, I guess, in that little signing trade for Jimmy Butler, it just didn't seem like a team that was going to mesh well together, because one of the biggest holes once they lost J.J. Redick was shooting. And when you look at somebody like a Josh Richardson and Al Horford, which was 2 big additions to their team, yeah, they can shoot, but they're not that knockdown type shooters that you needed. And as the season progressed, it turned out that Al Horford, who played the 4 in college, he didn't play the 4 as much in NBA, but played the 4 in college, just his game couldn't translate well playing alongside Joel Embiid, so they had to relegate him to the bench. So this team just wasn't put together. Then it starts at the top with the leadership of Brett Brown as well. He just didn't have a tight hold on his team. Granted, he was there for 7 seasons and he dealt with a lot of stuff through the process of the first 4, but in the 3 seasons afterwards, as he played with the team, you can say, okay, the first year that they was there, okay, they was young. Second year, all right. But now in this season, it's like you have to make it work. There has to be a coach out there to make it work. Some people point to and say that maybe even Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid has to be traded from this team in order for this team to fully reach its potential and to get to Eastern Conference Finals or the finals that the city has been yearning for years. But I don't even think that you need to trade one of the 2 players. I think that they can play well with each other. It just takes a better coach. I think it takes Ben Simmons to finally start shooting the ball, have confidence in himself, and for Joel Embiid to be in shape. I think those are things that are very crucial and needed for this team in order for them to be successful. They need more shooters. I think if they are smart, maybe this offseason we'll probably see them trade Al Horford for something. I mean, he's got 3 years left on his deal. He ain't that old. He's like in his early 30s of a big. He can stretch the floor. He's a good playmaker. I think you trade him to a team that probably looks at him and get like a shooter for him. And in terms of like Tobias Harris and Josh Richardson, you can keep them. You can put Tobias back at the 4 and move Josh Richardson to the 3, or you can go out and get a 3 when you try to trade for Al Horford to put a nice shooter at that 3 to solidify that spot. And you get a better coach to coach this team and lead this team, and to get Ben Simmons to be more comfortable, and to get Joel Embiid to be more consistent, to be better with his health. I think this team can be good. But as of right now, as it stands, it's like this team just was just doomed from the start to me. I had my worries, like, okay, yeah, they all pretty big. They got a very big lineup. They got, all guys are above 6'7", 6'6" in their starting lineup. Okay, that's cool and all, but in this day and age, that really don't matter as much, because as we've seen with the Rockets, who playing with a lineup of 6'8" and below, and they are being very successful because they are shooting the ball. So when you have a lineup like Philly, who has a roster of players 6'7" and above, but they can't shoot, it just won't translate to a lot of wins. And we see that with their record too. They was very good at home, but terrible on the road. Like terrible record on the road. So there needs to be a better coach. Who may that be? I don't know who can it be for them. I've seen people reference Mo Cheeks from the Thunder. He's one of their assistant coach. He is a player that used to play for the Philadelphia 76ers back in the day, like the late 70s, early 80s. I don't know. I honestly don't know who's out there to be a good coach for them. It needs to be a coach that will be able to galvanize his team and to be the driving force and to be a true leader and to hold all his players accountable on that team. I don't know who that'd be at the time. I can't think of off the top of my head, but I think that's what they need. And to trade Al Horford or trade, I don't want them to trade Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid, but to trade a piece like that, Al Horford or Josh Richardson or Tobias, to get a good guy, a good three-point shooting guy, or a couple of guys for them.